train a-coming, it's rolling down the bends, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm sucking for some prison, and time keeps dragging on. Well, I hear that train rolling on down a sending toll. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. I shot him in Reno just to watch him die. Well, I let that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and cry. How you doing, Singeo? Well, I bet those rich folks eating in some fancy dining cars, probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. I knew I had it coming. I know I can't be free. Well, that train keeps on rolling, and that's what tortures me. Now if they free me from this prison, this railroad train was mine, bet I wanna move it a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I wanna stay. Well, I let that lonesome whistle blow my blues
Oh my goodness, friends, welcome. We are here today with the incredible Hailey Benedict. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you can listen to that song without like the biggest smile on your face. Like I'm just like trying to hold still. I want to like clap and tap
It's
and
so
just
fun.
get into it. Oh my goodness. So for those of you who are new here, we've been spending a few days with Hailey actually this week. She has been filming lessons for our Singeo membership. She's one of our Singeo coaches. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of her coming up. Now, we got to talk a little about Hailey. We've got some really great comments, by the way, Hailey.
Oh, awesome.
Danny's in the comments. She's
Hi,
here hanging out
Danny.
with us, and all of our Singeo friends.
Hello.
So, if you guys have questions for Hailey, don't hesitate to throw them in the chat. We will get to as many questions as we can at the end. Same thing with song requests. If there's a song you really want Hailey to do, just let us know, and we'll do our best to fit it in towards the end of the stream. So, tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, how you became this incredible country artist that you are today.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here, Lisa, and so excited to meet the whole Singeo family. So yeah, my name is Hailey Benedict. I am from Edmonton, Alberta, and I've been singing since basically I could talk, but I got into country music I was singing everything around the house all the time. I listened to everything, and I was always a huge fan of Taylor Swift. So that was kind of like, Taylor Swift was my first kind of experience with country music at the time. And then from there, I kind of just found this whole world of country music and storytelling and honest songwriting. And when I started to write my own stuff, I just found that country is what fit my sound the best. And I love being able to, there's just something about, being able to connect with someone deeper through a song. And I think that's what's really special about countries, it, you know, brings those elements in, and yeah, so, and here I am now doing it today, so.
That's incredible. So pop, musical theater, what, it seems like you even said something earlier about classical.
Yes, yeah.
Did you ever, like, have to sing any arias?
I did, like, there was one song I remember doing, it was like My Mother Bids Me Buy My Hair or something.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I did that. Really? Oh my goodness. Oh yes, a classical song.
And you just feel so kind of, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, well,
I did.
Well, the thing is, like, my guitar is like my safe space. So when I don't have my guitar, I feel like I'm kind of naked without it. So I'm just sitting there and singing. It was a great experience, though, just to really focus on my voice and kind of challenge myself. I really learned a lot from doing some classical stuff, and yeah, it's funny. There's a video on my YouTube that's like one of my most like doing videos, and it's like a classical song when I sang when I was 11, and I feel like I should take it down now because it's really old, but yeah, I started with that, and it was a great experience for sure.
Yep. You know what? Having that background, that classical background, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Although I still felt very ridiculous singing some of those songs, but I can sing German, Italian, Spanish. I think I even had songs in Latin. From
Wow, that's amazing.
I don't know what the words are saying, but that's okay. So you had a very crazy experience once upon a time. You were at a Keith Urban concert and somehow ended up on the stage.
Yes.
Can you walk us through that story? Because it's a good one.
For sure. Yeah. So when I was 14, I'm 19 now, so it's been almost 5 years since this happened. But so my sister and I had made these guitar-shaped signs for Keith Urban's Ripcord concert at the opening night of Rogers Arena in Edmonton. And so, yeah, we had went to the concert. We were so excited. And he ended up just seeing our signs from the crowd and was like, these are so cool. Would you mind bringing them up and we can like check it out and I can ask you guys a few questions and stuff. So we're like, okay. So we, you know, my sister and I were just excited that we were just getting to meet Keith Urban and that he was liked our signs that we had made. And like, we thought that was going to be like the highlight of our night. And it was so cool because as an artist, I always wondered, you know, what does it look like from looking out into a crowd that big? It was always like a dream of mine. So I was just excited just to see it from that perspective. And then he just ended up asking both of us, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And so my sister, she was a gymnast at the time, and so she had said, like, competitive gymnast. And then I said a singer-songwriter, and he's like, we gotta hear this. He pulled out his like electric guitar that I've seen him like play at like the Grammys, and I was so scared to play it. I was like, I don't want to mess up Keith Urban's guitar. And next thing I knew, I was playing my original song, Clean Slate, in front of 20,000 people that night, which was absolutely insane and such a surreal moment. Yeah, it was crazy.
Because you had no prep for that. You're just like, you're on a stage at Rogers Arena.
Yeah. Just thrown into it. It was a great way to test, like, you know, how I can handle things, I guess, on stage. But it was so cool, and like hearing like the crowd, like I remember singing like the first little line of it and just hearing the crowd scream back was just like, I'll never forget that. Yeah.
I feel like that must have felt like such a moment in your career. Like, I know you dream of that. You dream of a stage like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then to actually be standing on it and going, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want this to be the last time I look out to a crowd this big. Like, what a cool moment. So I'm extremely grateful for that whole experience, and to Keith, like he's pulled a few people up on stage too and given a lot of like young artists, you know, a chance to showcase their music, which I think is a really special thing. So yeah, don't ever if you're a singer, don't ever go to a concert. You never know if you might get pulled up on stage to sing, so.
Yeah, that's good advice. Be prepared, especially if you have sparkly signs.
Yes, yeah.
So you sang a song called Clean Slate?
Yes.
Is that something you'd mind I'd love to hear that one.
For sure, yeah. I haven't played this one in a while, but yeah, this is Clean Slate. twisted lies. All I want is just 2 words from you, even a clue that you ever loved me like you used to. But sometimes we don't get those fairy tale endings. Sometimes we feel like, wouldn't we just like a clean slate to fix our mistakes and change our own fate? Or wouldn't we just like a happy ending? Not feel like we have to be pretending. Fun fact about this one is I actually wrote this in my grade 8 social studies class.
What?
Yeah.
Social studies?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Never know when you were gonna write a song. All I want is just 2 words from you, even a clue that you ever loved me like you used to. Wouldn't we just like a clean slate to fix all mistakes and change our own fate? Or wouldn't we just like a happy ending? Not feel like we have to be pretending. Oh no. Wouldn't we just like a clean slate to fix our mistakes and change our own fates?
That's a beautiful song that you
Thank
wrote.
you.
So, did you ever tell your teacher you wrote that in a social studies
No,
class?
I never did, but I'm glad I did, because if I never wrote that, then I never would have sang it on Keith Urban's stage.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Okay, I'm gonna ask one of the questions now. This one's from Danny.
For sure.
What do you feel is the greatest feeling for you as a singer? What fuels you?
Honestly, like performing for people, or even virtual stuff like this is so awesome. But I love just when a song is able to connect with somebody, and I think music is such a powerful medium to connect with people. And I started actually singing at senior homes when I was younger, and performing at schools and stuff like that. And that's really when I noticed, just how powerful music can be, especially at these senior homes, which I still love to sing at because it just brings me like the most joy.
Oh my gosh.
But so many of the seniors in these homes would have, diseases like Alzheimer's and stuff like that. And I would sing a song, and the nurses would come up to me and be like, they haven't spoken anything, or they hadn't remembered anything. And then they started singing this song that brought up memories. And I was like, that's kind of when I realized how much of a powerful thing music can be. And so when, my music is able to impact people or resonate, I think that's like my favorite part of it all. So.
That's a very good answer. Wow. So we're going to circle back to some more questions really, really soon. So if you have them, keep throwing them in the words. You keep throwing them in the chat. We are keeping track of them, and we'll circle back a little bit more toward the end. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, since you just performed an original song, is what's your process? Like, first of all, how old were you when you wrote your first song?
I was 9.
That's wild. 9 years old. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What? Was it a good song?
The message behind it was great. I was about to standing up for against bullies, and so that was like my very first song. And for a 9-year-old, I felt like it was. I was very proud of it, and I still love the message that was behind it. So I'm like so proud of little me. But hopefully my songwriting, I'd like to think that it's like gotten a little bit better since then.
Perfect.
So yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about your journey, why you write songs, how you write songs.
Yeah, honestly, it's a different process for me every time. Sometimes I'm really inspired by an idea, and so I'll immediately just need like a pen or paper if nothing's around. I'm like, a napkin, something to write it down. And some songs will take like 20 minutes, and I've had songs that have taken, you know, a few months before you finally, you know, revisit it and we feel really confident with it. But I always find that melodies actually come easier to me. So often what I'll do is I'll like just sit at the piano or my guitar and I'll just like play random chords and just sing random words that sometimes make no sense, but I'll just hit a record on my phone and see whatever, you know, sometimes you never know, which just flows out sometimes. It's, yeah, it just ends up coming together, but I love the whole writing process. It's a blast.
How many songs do you think you've written?
I want to say over like 300 or so now. Yeah, it is a lot of songs. Yeah.
So out of those 300 songs, how many of those songs would you say felt like really strong songs that you would want to share with the world?
It's so funny because I feel like that's always changing because the songs that I sang like 3 years ago are even different from the songs that I'm writing now. So I feel like it's always kind of evolving as my songwriting evolves and who I, you know, am as an artist. So, but like I guess right now, like I probably have like 50 songs that like I genuinely like just love and like to share. But yeah, it's always changing because, you know, you're always trying new things as an artist and experimenting with new sounds and stuff.
Growing
so
as a person.
yeah, for sure.
I think one of the things I love about that is just the message that it sends around songwriting in general. Like, I loved what you said when we were talking the other day about, you know, you write 1,000 good songs and maybe, you know, a couple of them are going to be the ones that you use. Okay, so you write 1,000 songs and you just pick a couple. Yeah. So it's not the pressure. You know, I think as songwriters, it can become really, really challenging to not be so hard on ourselves. But when it comes to songs, you gotta write for you. And I love that, you know, you're clearly incredible at songwriting. We had Hailey write a song on the spot. We filmed it. It's going to release in Singeo later. But she literally grabbed a quote off Pinterest and kind of put a little song together, and it was incredible. But that's a skill that was developed over time, which I think is super, super neat.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's lots of fun for sure. I love being able to, I don't know, that's what's fun about writing. It's just there's no pressure, you know, when it's just you or if you're co-writing even, it's just with close people, and it's just a really vulnerable state. And I think it's something kind of magical where nothing exists, you know, before, and then it's like 3 hours later, then this new thing is like born into the world, and yeah.
Creating.
Yeah.
Such a good feeling. So I would love to hear, you've got a recent single that's come out. I haven't heard it yet. I really want to hear it.
Yes.
Will you play it for us? What's it called?
Of course. It's called Wanted You To.
Wanted You To, okay.
Yeah, and it's actually my very first, it hit number 25 on Canadian country radio. So it's my first charting song, which is really exciting. Yes, yeah. So it's been lots of fun. And yeah, sure. I'll play a little bit of it.
All right.
Okay. This is Wanted You To. My baby don't stare at a screen. When we're out, he's looking at me. My baby don't go picking fights. He'd rather stay up and make up all night. Like a pro, yeah, he knows all the ropes of my love language. And he's taking it slow, but he ain't taking me for granted. No, he don't go flashing money. He don't got eyes so blue. He don't sing love songs, but he loves me like I wanted you to. Don't have to show him nothing. It's like he already knew. Don't need instructions. He just loves me like I wanted you to. I ever thought you were in that your kiss was as good as it gets. Can't believe a minute I would have missed if I settled for anything less. If I settled for anything less. No, he don't go flashing money. He don't got eyes so blue. He don't sing love songs, but he loves me like I wanted you to. Don't have to show him nothing. It's like he already knew. Don't need instructions. He just loves me like I wanted you to. Like I wanted you to. Now, I don't mean to be mean, but I'm glad that we ain't together. And I ain't ever seen my mama like no one better. I know he don't go flashing money. He don't got eyes so blue. He don't sing love songs, but he loves me like I wanted you to. Don't have to show him nothing. It's like he already knew. Don't need instructions. He just loves me like I wanted you to. Like I wanted you to. Like I wanted you to.
That was amazing. What a fun song.
Thank you. Yeah, it's one of my favorites to play for sure.
Okay, that was so good. Lots of support in the chat as well from that. My goodness. Whew. Okay, I'm just like, there's so many good questions showing up in the chat too. I'm really excited to get to them. But before we get to our little Q&A, I really wanted to just talk a little bit about your coach feature on Singeo.
Yes, so excited.
So Hailey's been here for this is her third day, and we've been filming lessons. And so tell us a little bit about your coach feature. What's in it? What are you most excited about?
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. So yeah, for my coach feature, it's all about taking your songs and showcasing them to an online audience. So we kind of go over a whole bunch of different things, but how to take your songs and really just make it your own and have it stand out, especially for things like live platforms, stuff like TikTok. You only have like 60 seconds to grab a viewer's attention. So kind of some strategies on tips on how to do that, and just how to get comfortable with posting online, because I think the very first step is taking that leap, because it's kind of daunting when you're sharing your music and art with the world. And then dealing kind of with like the positive sides of social media. We talk a little bit about dealing sometimes with the negative side and stuff like going live, a whole bunch of different things. But yeah, I'm super stoked about it. It's gonna be awesome.
It's a really, really good course, and I'm very excited to share it with the world. So it'll be releasing in a few months inside Singeo. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube and haven't been inside the Singeo members area yet, we've got a lot. We've got lessons, so if you're interested in improving your voice, we've got all of that covered. We've also got our coaches, and Hailey being one of them. So you have access to all of the lessons from all of our coaches, all of the lessons on how to improve your voice and sing better, vocal routines and workouts, an amazing community. They're actually live right now inside the Singeo members area, and the chat's just amazing. They're all so excited to see you, and they're so excited to see your content.
So cool.
We're doing a sale right now, so yearly memberships are 25% off, and we have a really cool vowel poster that we throw in to help you with your shapes. You know shapes are important.
Yes, yeah, those vowels really get you. They really do.
It's always all about the vowels. So if you haven't checked out Singeo, make sure you go ahead and over to singeo.com and just take a look. I know that it's the resource that I wish that I would have had when I was learning to sing. So,
yeah.
Singers, it's there for you. So, with that, I want to go into some questions. So the first question I'm going to ask you is about your routine. So do you have a special routine that you do to like keep it healthy, a favorite exercise? So this is from, I can say this word, Schlagworker, 1988.
Cool.
Yeah, let us know. What's your routine? What do you do for your voice?
Yeah, so I kind of do a few things. I usually do like some like stretches, some neck stretches, get everything warmed up. And that's actually something that I just learned within the last year from my vocal coach, is just like how much, like if you have tension, you know, in your neck or anywhere else, how it can even just impact your singing,
Yes,
which I had no idea, because you usually just think about your voice and warm up your voice, but it's like a whole body thing, you know? It's like your instrument, the same way you tune your guitar, you have to tune in your voice. So so I'd usually do a little bit of a stretch. I do some like lip buzzes, so like the super fun, super embarrassing, but it's great. And then another thing I've just started doing in the past couple years is using a straw. So I use it in and out of water.
Yes.
Same thing, sounds really silly. People like I remember the first time I did it, my mom was like looking at me like, what? Why are you blowing bubbles in water? But you actually, you take the straw, you put it in water, and you just kind of do like some woo and like in the water, and it kind of provides some resistance. And I just noticed it's helped my voice tremendously, and it gets it less out of my throat and out. So I usually do some straw stuff.
Yes.
And and then some vowel kind of exercises, and maybe run through my songs once or twice before I hit the stage, and some deep breathing stuff, too. Very important.
You gotta breathe. Okay, so this one's from Tim. Tim is a Singeo member, and he's saying,
Hi, Tim.
Did singing for Keith Urban help kickstart your singing career in the sense that you got your name and voice out there and were approached by certain labels or promoters?
Yeah, I mean, I was singing for a long time before kind of the Keith Urban thing happened, but it definitely was able to kind of be a catalyst in my career moving forward, and honestly was a big part in, more than anything, building my online audience, which was super cool because Keith ended up posting it and said like a huge thank you to Hailey Benedict, who blew us all away tonight, on all his platforms. So after that, like I was already like freaking out about the performance, and then when he posted it online, I was like, oh my goodness. So it definitely was a huge part in, you know, getting connected with people from all around the world. And before, like I was on social media and I, you know, maybe had a few followers and fans from, you know, just doing local stuff, but this was like Ashton Kutcher ended up sharing it, and like a whole bunch of people started sharing the video like on their pages, which was really cool. So it definitely opened it up on an online sense, which I'm really grateful for sure.
That's wild. I'm pretty sure at that point you were probably pretty glad that you'd already built something of an online profile for yourself.
Yeah, I was so glad.
So people could find you.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, all that stuff wouldn't have happened. And so, I was 14, so it was kind of monitored by my parents at the time as well.
That's good.
But I was just doing some covers on YouTube and stuff by then, so I'm really grateful for like having that online presence, and so many of the like followers from that Keith Urban experience have still followed me from then. So it's pretty cool to kind of like bring them on this journey of what's kind of continued on since then.
They're seeing you grow up. They're seeing you become the musician that you are, and that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's really special for sure.
Wow. Okay. So we've got that one. Any advice for someone who wrote lyrics but has no idea how to move forward from that point?
Yeah, if you got the lyrics down, that's already half the battle. That's like, if you have your lyrics, that's amazing. I guess it depends if you play an instrument. If you play an instrument, even if, you're not super confident in it, knowing a few chords can really help. Like the very first few songs I wrote, I think I only knew 4 chords on the piano.
That's all you need.
It was C, G, A minor, and F.
Those
and that
are
was
the
it.
ones you need. Those are the ones.
That is all you need, though. Like the Chainsmokers, I think for all their songs, they use those same 4 progressions for almost all of their songs.
They're pretty famous.
And they're very famous. The songs do really well. So having, any type of chord knowledge, even if it's not, like you don't need to be, I think that was one thing that I learned is, you don't need to be an expert piano player to learn chords. Like it's very easy to kind of pick it up. And same with the guitar, like just having some knowledge. And then I just like, what I'll do is I'll just like play kind of chords like over, and then I'll just like just sing over top of it, like, and just kind of just see where the melody kind of takes me, and just don't put any judgment on yourself. Like, it's kind of like improvisation in theater. You just
go.
Just let it, flow, and just keep on trying. And even before I was able to play instruments, I had like a little voice recorder.
Yes.
And so I would just sing random melodies into like this little voice recorder. And so then I kind of just melded the lyrics with the melody from there, and then started making some songs. Yeah.
Shameless plug moment. We can help you with the instrument stuff over at Piano.
Yes.
We get you playing really, really fast. I'm actually filming a lesson for Singeo that will release right here on the Singeo platform in the next couple of weeks on how to get started playing the piano so you can accompany yourself while you sing. So that's a really, really good idea. And we also have Guitario as one of the Missouri family brands. So we can help you get started on playing your instruments. So if you're writing lyrics, it's just about taking those first steps and getting creative.
Sure. Or you can even find somebody too that's really good at like you
friend.
can co-write. You know, you have someone that you know that's like a melody person and doesn't write lyrics, and then you're like the perfect team then. Yeah.
Take over the world. So Julie and a few other people are actually asking what singers have influenced you. So both country artists and just generally speaking.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I was influenced by so much growing up, which I'm really grateful for. I listened to just about everything. Taylor Swift was a huge influence for me, big Swiftie even still. And I listened to like Dolly Parton, Keith Urban, Patsy Cline. Dad would be playing like AC/DC in the car, and your mom had like Madonna and Cyndi Lauper. Like, it was just kind of like a whole bunch of different things, which I just love about like good music is good music. And I didn't even realize genres were a thing until I was older, and then I kind of got sad because I'm like, oh, that means I kind of have to I have to pick a lane. But you know, country kind of fits what I'm doing the most now. But I have so much love and respect for every genre, and yeah.
That's a really, really good answer. I love that answer. Okay, so how do you know when a song is finished or when it needs more work when you're in your writing process?
Oh my goodness. That's so hard because I feel like, you could go back to a song a million times and like nitpick it. I don't think a song is ever really finished. You just kind of like, okay, this is probably the best I got for today. But what I will say is, like, when you write a song, it's always great to revisit it, or even just have somebody else like play the song. And when you play the song for a friend or a family member, they might be able to say, hey, like that second line didn't totally like make the most sense, or maybe this didn't flow the best. And I don't think, I think it's important to kind of challenge yourself and be like, what did this, like, does the title of my song really serve all the other ideas, or is that really hitting? And a great piece of advice I got from another country musician, his name is Mike Plume, is he said, listen back to a recording of your song and notice like if you start to tune out. So like if you're listening to it and then you're like, oh, I should go do some cleaning around the house now, and then you kind of get distracted, it means the song's not pulling you in. So maybe, if you're finding that you're tuning out, to go back to the song and, or maybe rework that part so that it's pulling you in the same way you'd want a listener to listen, which is hard because it's hard to critique your own work, but, it's always important to give the song the best
chance.
Yeah, chance for sure.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a really good idea, and I mean that's a high standard for me. I get distracted like
me too.
Probably every 4 seconds, no matter what's happening. Like, oh, am I scrambling? Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, what's happening over there? Oh, I heard a noise.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh man, I think we should I think we should sing. I think we should sing a song. I really want to do Landslide with you, and then we're gonna do a few more questions.
Amazing.
So I don't have like, I guess you could say I listened to I had country influences growing up. Mm-hmm. My family would listen to like Johnny Cash and who else was there? Oh, there were a few, but it's like way back in like the very edges of my memory. And the first time I really got excited about country music was when Dixie Chicks came on the scene, who are now the Chicks, and Landslide they covered, and it was beautiful. So we're gonna try that for you now.
Yes, it's my favorite songs too.
And it feels really weird to not have an instrument in front of me Like, this is a very strange experience.
Yeah, because you're piano, right? Like,
yeah, I
that's
always
totally...
have a piano. So now you're driving, and I'm like...
I know, I feel if I didn't have my guitar right now, I'd feel the exact same way. So I feel, yeah. I took my love and I took it down. I climbed a mountain and turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills where the landslide brought me down. Oh, a mirror in the sky, what is love? Can a child within my heart rise above? And can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, children get older, and I'm getting older too.
So much fun.
That was awesome. Your harmonies are just so beautiful.
Thank you. That's not my strong suit, so I was like, oh, you can do this, Tootsie, you can do this, you can do this. I had to think really hard, but it worked really well.
It was awesome.
Thankful
Yeah.
to the Dixie Chicks, because you listen to that music over and over, and like they get ingrained in
Oh my
your
goodness.
mind.
Yeah, their harmonies are goals. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to improve your harmonies, listen to the Chicks, because there are lots to listen to there.
Yes.
And they're all very, very good. So let's dive into some more questions. Oh, there's so many.
Amazing.
Great questions. Oh, I like this one. This one's from Tim. If you were to audition for The Voice or any singing show, what would the song be that you'd choose to showcase your talent best?
Oh, goodness. Well, I actually did audition for American Idol last year. They flew me out, and it was a wild experience for sure. I guess that's the best way I can kind of put it. I ended up getting 2 no's, so I got a yes from Katy Perry. So yes. But I sang an original song called Strike Forward. What's interesting about those shows is they kind of pick your songs for you in a way. Like, I feel like that's something people don't totally know, but I sent them a whole bunch of songs, and they kind of narrow it down. And there's actually like a music producer that gives you a list of songs that you can and can't sing because it's TV. So some songs are like commercially blocked that you can't sing on TV, which I had no idea, which is really interesting. So, and the other thing is you can only sing like 30 seconds of a song. So instead of doing like your full song, you have to shorten it down because they go through so many auditions and everything. So, and same for with TV, they have to keep it shorter. So that was definitely like a learning curve because, you know, like only certain songs you could sing. But if I had the choice to sing anything, and it was like could be as long as I want. There's this mashup that I do of While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles and Feeling Good by Nina Simone. It's probably one of my favorite things to play.
Well, now that you said that out loud, I mean,
I'm down.
Could you? Because that would make me so happy.
For sure, yeah. This is one of my all-time favorites. So I did this because we had to do, I think it was a workshop I was part of, and we had to do a Beatles song. And so then it was like doing our own take on a Beatles song. And so I realized like Guitar Gently Weeps had that like walk down the same as Feeling Good. And so I just made it kind of my own. So yeah, this is my original mashup of While My Guitar Gently Weeps and Feeling Good. I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping, while my guitar gently weeps. I look at the floor and I see it needs sweeping, still my guitar gently weeps. I don't know how, nobody told you how to unfold your love. I don't know why someone controlled you, they bought and sold you. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. I look at the world and I notice it's turning, while my guitar gently weeps. While my guitar gently weeps, and I'm feeling good. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping, while my guitar gently weeps.
That was incredible.
Thank
I was
you.
surprised too with the major at the end.
Oh yes, that's my favorite part because I go from minor and then it lifts to this major.
Like, what just happened?
Yeah.
You're on a journey. Oh my goodness, that was absolutely stunning. Thank you for doing that. I've thrown pretty much everything at Hailey completely out of the blue, and she's just like, oh yeah, sure. Cool as a cucumber. Whew. Megan's commenting that was one giant breath. Flawless performer, powerful voice. Aww. We call it the Benedict growl from now on. Jack.
Thanks, friends.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, I'm just checking in to see if there are a couple more questions that we can answer before we go. Oh, which guitar model are you playing on to accompany your voice? It sounds so good.
I believe okay, so this is a Taylor. I think this is a 314 CE, and Singeo actually provided me with this today because it's a pain to travel with guitars on flights. So yeah, I usually play a Taylor though. My one at home is an 814 CE, but I love the Taylor series, and I had before my 814 I had a 214, so pretty comfortable with these guys. They're really nice sounding guitars. So thanks guys for bringing this in.
There you go. All of this goes entirely over my head, but I'm really, really glad that you're happy with the guitar. Ooh, this is from 9th Degree. Do you ever think you'll branch out and make music in different genres?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. I mean, country is like where my heart is at, but like I said, I love so many different genres. So even in my shows, like sometimes I'll throw in a pop song, or I'll throw in and do, like, I play Thunderstruck, so I'll do like a little Thunderstruck medley. I would love to just kind of believe that, you know, especially now, I feel like genres are becoming almost less of a thing because we listen on streaming and we kind of just press shuffle on to whatever comes up, whereas like, you know, before, if you're buying a vinyl or a CD, you could only listen to those 10 songs. But now you can listen to just about anything, which I think is really incredible. So I'm always down to branch out. I just think it's the most fun when you're able to kind of pull from all the different genres and just make your own unique sound. So yeah, for sure. I'd
fully agree. So Jack is asking, what do you have to say to people who claim they like all genres of music except country?
Oh yes. I mean, I've heard that before. I think people who say that don't really know like all of country music, because I know there's quite a stereotype for like the trucks and like
yes.
and like the beer and all that, and I mean that there is tons of country songs like that, do not get me wrong, but there's also, because it's such a huge genre and there's so many different subgenres in it, even the stuff that gets played on the radio, there's like so much stuff, so I think people just haven't really given it its full chance. And I had a friend once that like refused to listen to country music. She was like, no, like I'm never listening to country. And then she started listening to Casey Musgraves, who's like very like pop country. Like she opened for Harry Styles, so like, you know, much of a crossover, and her stuff is very like unique. In her last album, she had like some Spanish influence in there. Yeah. And so she listened to Casey because she loved Harry Styles, so she saw Casey live and was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And then realized she was country, and now she's like the biggest country fan, which is super cool. So I think you just gotta give it a chance. There's always something you can find.
Artists.
Yes, yeah.
I think we all have that like one that's like, oh, but I love.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
And also, who doesn't love Taylor Swift?
I know. I say that with Taylor Swift. I'm like, there's at least one song. I feel like someone would be lying if they said there isn't one song that they don't like of Taylor's, because she has so many different. She's a perfect example of someone who's done a whole array of genres, you know, so.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, Steve from Cheshire is saying, have you any plans to do the UK festival scene one summer? You would go down You would go down a storm.
Oh my goodness.
I think that means you would do really well.
That would be amazing. I just saw, I think it's called I want to say it's called the C2C UK Festival. I'm not sure quite what it's called, but there was just a country festival down there, and there's a whole bunch of country artists that I love that played it, and I would love nothing more than to go down to the UK and have some tea and play some music.
Oh,
I think that
Hailey
would be amazing.
Loves tea.
Yes.
She's a fan of tea.
Yes.
This is what I've learned. Ooh, this is a very good question. Where can our audience find your songs?
Yes. So all my songs are on all streaming services. So if you want to look up Hailey Benedict, Benedict like the eggs. So good way of remembering it. Or if you want to check out my social media as well, I post everything on there at That's Me Hailey B, or my website www.haileybenedictmusic.com. All my stuff's all there. So I'd love for you to come say hi and say if you're from the stream after it's over here and connect for sure.
Definitely go follow Hailey. Her channels are super fun. Lee from London says the kettle is on. So they're ready for you.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'll be there. I'll bring my best teas with me.
Lee also says we are starved of country music here in the UK.
I've heard that. There's one singer, if you're from the UK, you gotta check out, maybe you've heard of her. Her name's Katie Hurt. And she was telling me that there isn't so much of it's a very small country scene over in the UK, but that's where she's from. So if you ever get to see her live, she's incredible. But yeah, I would love to come over there and bring some of the Canadians down into the UK for some country. I think that'd be cool.
I like that. Okay, we've got a couple of requests here. We've got one request for Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. We've got another one for Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. I don't know, do you know any of these songs?
I mean, I think I know Free Fall. I just have to see maybe what the chords were.
I've got this, so if you, hold on, I feel like I had my phone under back here somewhere, or I probably cleaned it up before we went live, so it didn't look like I had my phone. I got this. I'm just contorting.
Yes.
I got this. Okay, nope, gonna have to go the other way. So if you've ever been to a Singeo live or a piano live in the members area, we like to play this crazy game where we take song requests and try to perform songs we've never ever heard or sung before. I won't put you through that, Hailey.
Oh, I do that sometimes on my lives too. So
it's really fun.
I feel like it's like Free Fall when I say something around there.
Yes.
I'm free. Something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move it up on a capo.
I don't know if I need to press the transpose button on this for you at all, but
Do you want to sing it with me?
yes, I will jump in.
Oh yeah.
These could be terrible chords.
Okay, I'll do the first verse. Do you want to take the second verse?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Okay,
I'm gonna hold this here for you.
Okay, thank you. She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses, and her boyfriend too. Okay, I think I know this. It's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard, and I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. Now I'm free falling. Now I'm free falling. Lost it there a little bit, but I think we did pretty good. Yeah, we should do it one more time.
Okay.
Here we go. We'll do the chorus one more time. And now I'm free falling. Yeah, I'm free falling. Yay! Something like that.
Terrible. That was not terrible. Okay, that was fun. All right, let's see what else we got here. Walking After Midnight, do you know that one?
I do, and I love that song.
Okay,
So
okay. We'll give a little bit of
I can
Walking
do a
After
little bit
Midnight.
of Walking After Midnight. This is my granny's favorite song.
Aw.
Love some Patsy Cline. I have a vinyl of Patsy Cline, actually a couple of hers at home because I collect records. So I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the sky turns gloomy, the night blooms whisper to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I go out walking after midnight, out in the starlight, just hoping you may be somewhere out walking after midnight, searching for me. Somewhere out walking, searching for me.
You do a mean Patsy Cline. That was so fun.
Thank you.
I feel so inspired to go listen to country music.
Yes, yeah.
I was definitely one of those that grew up when I was like, I'm never listening to country music, but
Yeah,
I
well,
know.
it's funny because even like my all members of my family like didn't. I mean, aside from like Shania Twain, Faith Hill, the Chicks, like I didn't listen to a whole lot of country, and neither did my family. And it was actually me that kind of pulled all my family into it. And same thing, because they just kind of just thought it was like, you know, trucks and all the things, and like there's so much more. So it's kind of cool. I feel like brought in all my, and now they all like love it. Like same with my grandparents. They didn't listen to it before I started it. Now that's the only thing they listen to on the radio now. So
that's amazing.
yeah.
You know what it was for me? Because I'm dating myself here big time, but we had Leanne Rimes come on the scene.
Oh,
in pop radio,
yes.
So it was like, how do I? And everybody was like, oh yeah, that's a great
Yes.
song. And that's kind of where
She's
that's
amazing.
where I started to step in.
Yes.
Buying
Just
a
takes
little
one
bit.
artist.
It just takes that one artist. Okay, so I'm gonna just see if there's any final questions before we wrap it up here. This has been so much fun. This is seriously our first like in this format singing live, and
Oh,
we pulled
cool.
it off. Just like we're like, Hailey, how would you feel going live on YouTube? Oh yeah, that would be great. So we made it
Anytime.
happen. She's such a good sport. From this moment, I don't know that one. I knew that part of it. Somebody requested Shania Twain tune.
Oh, yes.
And I'm looking for questions. Hold on. I have like lost track of all the documents and tabs that I have open right now. So this one's from Felix. How deep is the process of digging the emotions you feel of the story that you tell, and what helps you to connect it while singing in the moment? Oh, I love that question.
Yeah, that's kind of something we kind of go over a little bit in the course, too. Yeah, I feel like it's, you know, whether it's an original song or a cover, like even if I sang covers, I always try and pick something that I felt like I would write, or like something that feels like really resonates with me.
Yes.
Because the more something resonates with you, the more you're going to be able to tell that story with your audience, because it's just going to be authentic to who you are, and I'll just really try and like think about the message of the song and what those emotions mean to me, and how I want to, you know, convey it to the audience. And but I think, yeah, picking the right song is like probably half the battle, because if you don't feel connected to a song and you don't feel like it's something you would sing, then your audience is going to be able to tell that, like they know what's up. It's really hard to like try and fake something, and I think people want to see real and vulnerable and authentic singers when they go see something live. So I think just picking the right songs, or if you're writing, just writing from your heart, because that's I think where the best songs come from, is from here. So yeah.
Perfectly said once again. Okay, before we go, we have to address the Thunderstruck issue.
Oh,
so
yes.
a lot of people are talking about Thunderstruck. Hailey did this crazy thing where she learned to play it like, how fast?
Oh my goodness, I don't know what BPM I got up to. Really fast.
Like the absolute fastest. But this is not the right guitar for that task.
I can like do it on this acoustic, but like, but I can't like. It's just so much harder. Let's see. There we go. It's so much harder on an acoustic though than an electric, but
you guys have to go find her on TikTok and see her journey with that. It was incredible.
It's so much fun.
Okay, we should leave with the song. I'm just trying to think what would be something fun we could try to kind of do together that we would both know. I did not think ahead for this. Do you know any Shania Twain? Or the Chicks? I know those ones. I know if everybody if Carrie Underwood too.
Oh yes, I do love some good Carrie songs. Or Taylor. Either.
Okay, we're gonna look in the chat here for our final song requests before we wrap this up. I always like to end with a song. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So just start typing your requests right on in the chat, friends, and then we'll pick something out. How many hats while we're waiting? How many hats do you have, Hailey?
These kind of hats, I have 2, and I love wearing them. There's just something I just actually started within the last year is wearing hats, which is really nice because then you don't have to worry about the top of your hair being all frizzy because no one can tell.
That's what I need to start doing.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing I do is like I'll collect ball cap hats too, especially from like all the concerts I go to. Like I have like probably just 20 hats. I don't know. I think hats are kind of the best, and beanies.
Beanies? You say beanies in Edmonton?
Yeah.
Is that an Edmonton thing?
Is it?
We call them
I feel
toques.
like, okay, yes, I've had this conversation with somebody before because I say beanies, but I feel like toques like have the pom-poms on them, and then beanies are like, you know, like the little, no, maybe this is just a me thing. It could very possibly be just
maybe
bad terminology on my part.
This one's becoming highly requested, but I don't know if we can pull it off.
I don't know that one.
All right, let's try Taylor Swift. Let's do Love Story.
Okay,
I feel like you know that one.
That one, yes. That one I know pretty well.
That's probably one of our most requested like songs on piano too.
Oh really? It's like, yeah. I mean, this is such a classic T-Swizz song. If you don't know Love Story, where have you been?
What are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
We were both young when I first saw you. I close my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there on the balcony of summer air. See the lights, see the party, the ball gown. See you make your way through the crowd and say hello. Little did I know that you were Romeo, you were throwing pebbles, and my daddy said, stay away from Juliet. But I was crying on the staircase, begging you, please don't go.
Everybody sing along.
And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting, all there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
Do you want to take this first?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I sneak out to the garden to see you. We keep quiet, 'cause they're dead if they knew. So close your eyes. Yep. Escape this town for a little while. Oh, 'cause you were Romeo, I was a scarlet letter, and my daddy said stay away from Juliet. But you were everything to me. I was begging you, please don't go. And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting,
Amazing. Okay, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This was the
Yes,
best.
this is so fun.
If you haven't already, headed on over to Singeo. Go check us out over there. We have fun. Every week we do a live lesson at Singeo.
That's so cool. I think that's amazing. Like everything, especially if you're, you know, we were kind of talking about this the other day, like your voice is a built-in instrument that you have for free, you know, aside from a guitar or piano.
Take it anywhere you go.
And like everyone wants to learn how to sing well, even if it's just in the shower or the car.
Yes.
So sign up for Singeo, impress your friends.
Yes, impress your friends, hang out with us, enjoy it. We're going to go, but we love you all. Thank you, and we'll see you around.
See you guys. This is so fun.